Paul Macbeth followed me on Instagram yesterday.
Oh,
He's like the Tom Brady of disc golf, y'all.
Oh,
he followed me.
We should put that up.
Followed me and sent me a DM. He was like, if you ever want to come to a tournament or
that's a great sound.
If you ever want to come,
he like had a good hesitation.
Let's play him out. The hesitation there.
He said, if you ever want to come to a tournament,
grab the KY, get yourself ready. You got some sliding to do. Hanging out with TL and the boys, maybe some critters too. So get your phone and get on the gram. You know where to find the man. Slide into the DMs. Girls on your mind. Slide into the DMs. But baby, take your time. Slide, slip it on in. Here we go again. DM Monday.
what's up, y'all? Trey Lewis here. This is episode 15 of the DM Monday podcast. And we got Matt Burrill and Trey Bonner as our co-hosts.
What's up?
And we got Davis Nix today. He's going to hang out with us for the entire episode. Y'all give it up for him. Yay. Wee.
Hell yeah.
Want to clap for yourself?
Yeah, just to add volume.
Yeah. So Davis is a friend of mine. How long have we been friends, Davis?
It's a good question. Do we need to go back and think about?
I'm trying to think when we would have met.
I feel like it could have been like a Sky Bar or Bourbon Street or
maybe so.
Like a Zydeco.
What part of Alabama are you from?
I'm from Montgomery.
Okay, hell yeah.
So you know about the trailer bar?
Oh, I know Brad very well. Yeah, I've had some experiences there that I don't know what the statute limitations on.
Same, man.
Fucking send it.
So I don't.
That's what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
We all have. It's like it was described to me. My first experience there was when I was with the Muscadine guys. And Weston, their guitar player, used to be a vegan. And they were like, man, we got you some salmon for the vegan. That was my first experience at Range 231 was when they tried to give fish to the vegan.
Right.
But then every other time after that.
I'll never forget. We played there one time and it was our first time ever playing there. It was cold outside. So, naturally nobody came.
Right.
This is before Dig Down, of course. And we're like on our third set of the night, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to get River Dan down here and one of his friends come down here and play with y'all. And I was like, all right, I already think River Dan like kind of hates me. Like, I don't know, like River Dan's like, River Dan.
Who the hell is River Dan for our viewers
better
out
than
there?
I do.
I managed and was on the road with them for like 2 years, 3 years. And,
You toured with River Dan?
Yeah.
Who's River Dan?
Oh,
You
don't know River Dan?
I've never heard of River
All I know
Dan.
about River Dan is that last time we were at the range, Brad was wearing like a singlet, like one piece, and it was River Dan on the one piece. So all I've done is seen a picture. All I know about River Dan is what his face looks like from Brad.
So it sounds like Waylon,
total character.
right? Sounds like Waylon.
Yeah, like everybody, that's like your first reference, right? But once you hear him more and more and more, you're like, nah, not really.
He's kind of like his own thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like it's got that, I guess, outlaw for the floor fill, but he's just a nut, man. Like,
What's the wildest thing you've seen him do? Did you ever see him get arrested?
no, but
Get
I've
close?
seen the whole band quit on stage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
The intoxication levels were very high.
Yeah.
And I think some people were just tired from running the road and having to
Mcilwain's
throw
been
your
there.
own gear on stage and break down and still doing like 3-4 hour shows. And I think the personal abuse of each person's intake of whatever that may be, lack of sleep, going cheap on hotels, the whole deal. But put that to like throw a multiplier of like 10 maybe on it.
Yeah.
Was it
And
just
like-
in Bama? Was he just playing in Alabama, or was he like a regional act? Like, was he going into Georgia, Mississippi, Florida, like other shit?
That's what I wanted. And he basically said, well, I like playing Troy and Birmingham and the beach, And this was at that time. Like, I left in like 16 or 17. So I have no clue what he's doing now. But at the Bama one year, he like stopped a show on the mic, packed out crowd, and like Teardrop was playing guitar with him. And Teardrop was like, I can't sing harmony with you. You're too drunk. Like it's not going to make it any better. And like Dan got on the mic. He was like, I hire you to play guitar and sing harmony. And Teardrop was just done and like started packing up his shit and leaving.
Yeah.
And then he called him out, and then he called out like the drummer's wife, something incredibly wrong. Anyways, the whole band started leaving. And then like at the Flora Bama, there's always musicians.
Yeah.
So like just a random drunk guitar player would get up there and bring his guitar, whatever.
Just
and
made
like,
it through the night.
I left. I wasn't there for the whole train wreck, but it's definitely now that's like a one-time thing, but you know.
Yeah, so River Dan,
I don't want to talk bad about him. He's a good friend.
Yeah,
I like
so
him.
River Dan comes up to the range. The first experience I had with River Dan was at the Flora Bama. It's a songwriter festival, and like, you know, the upstairs part that has the steps that go down, he threw his guitar down the stairs, and like threw a lighter as hard as he could. And I was like, that was just like my first impression. I was like, and so when Trailer Bar said that, you know, that he was coming up there, I was like, fuck, this guy's gonna just kick my ass the first time he sees me. I know he probably already thinks my music's like too fresh, you know, so he's just gonna punch me right in the face. But he got up there, and like, it was cold, we all wanted to get home, but he ended up being like super chill and a really good dude, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was nice to me and everything. So I was
incredible outdoorsman too.
Everything that I had like planned up in my mind didn't happen, but Terry and the guy that filled in with us on bass that night like ended up staying. They were going to sleep in that like green room thing.
Yeah,
they decided
the green room.
Yeah, they decided to head on back and drive home drunk.
I'm cautious about sitting in the green room is enough for me. Sleeping in there, I couldn't imagine.
That was not it. I was dating that girl in Montgomery at the time, and I was like, I'm out of here, you know. But the old trailer, bro.
I don't know exactly where we met, but yeah,
I remember now.
Okay, come on.
Michael Copeland was band leading for us.
Okay,
and you were with River Dan at Moe's
barbecue in
Birmingham.
And
y'all had a badass drummer. Y'all had Teardrop on guitar.
Yeah,
and y'all played Stranglehold for like 15 minutes. Ted
sounds
Nugent song.
Sounds about right.
But I think I knew who you were at the time because of like Adam Hood and all that stuff. But that was the first time we ever like met and talked.
I remember like talking to you at length at Zydeco when Adam was playing downstairs, maybe. Yeah, like not enough tickets were sold or something upstairs, so it got moved downstairs.
Yeah.
And
the Brutal of Zydeco.
Yeah, I feel like that was like 17 or 18 maybe, or I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like every time we run into each other, we end up talking like heart to hearts for like an hour and a half,
known you
2
forever.
hours. Yeah, exactly. So normally what we do is we kind of recap the weekend before. So you're
quick sidebar. I don't think I've seen those.
Those are fucking crispy, dude.
What the fuck are those?
So I did this thing for something outdoors. I can't remember what it was. The Mary O'Neill girl. Do you know her?
Mary O'Neill. Oh, the Country Outdoors.
Country Outdoors.
Yeah,
did a round. It was like
Twisted
me, Craig
X.
Campbell. What's the guy at Big Loud? He
Ben Burgess?
Ben Burgess, and who else was on it?
Wasn't Adam
and
on it?
Adam Hood. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It was the four of us, and they gave us a bunch of shirts and hats and stuff. And I got these shoes, and I saw them in my closet today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear those. So yeah, pretty badass.
Yeah, I heard that was a pretty cool night.
No comment.
No comment.
I wasn't there for that, but I remember hearing about it after.
Me and Adam were the only sober people there, so it was just not it. Yeah,
that stays there.
Craig was good.
We did play 100 Miles of Highway that night for the first time, which, by the way, is going to be on my EP. This episode will come out later, but I'm signing a record deal. Everything is we've agreed to terms now.
Hey, oh yeah!
I had a meeting with River House today, and we got the songs for the EP decided. I only got one more song to cut, and I'm gonna be putting out an EP pretty soon. Cutting an album in January.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thanks.
That's pretty.
I just want to go to radio because nobody thinks I can. You know.
Really? Nobody thinks you can.
Yeah, I mean,
like
not,
who's nobody?
Like the haters. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, not y'all. I know you guys believe in me. You know, but the haters. You know. But yeah, so I did that today, and then I went and sang on a song with Cooper Allen and
Thomas Mack,
and that's gonna be cool too. So this weekend we played a show with the Real TL Tracy Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Wisconsin.
Cool.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, county line, formerly known as Country on the River. It used to be a festival back in the day.
Okay.
They took about 7 years off, and this was their first year back.
Gotcha.
But it was solid.
Photos are wild, dude.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Alex did okay doing your job. Did
Maybe
on his little tiny camera, dude.
Y'all have me back out one day.
Yeah, one of these days.
Damn, I did get with Alex. I only got like one date with y'all till like October, so you better savor the moment.
Damn.
It's hard getting fired.
Get all the show pictures.
For those wondering for when, if they want to come, because I'll be honest, Bonner, every weekend when I'm out like in the crowd or by the merch stand with meet and greet, people are asking, where's Bonner? Where's Trey Bonner? Like the podcast viewers want to know where the fuck is Trey Bonner?
Thank you, Kramer.
The end of September, you will be at the shows in Florida.
Yes, I will.
In
a good time.
At the ranch,
Fort Myers and
Sarasota. Yeah, one of them's a brewery.
Yeah, one of them is the brewery.
You'll be fucked up.
Definitely not taking pictures that night.
You'll get to see a drunk Trey Bonner, which is the best kind of Trey Bonner.
Hey, Davis, have you ever played disc golf?
I have.
Dude, I'm a big disc golfer now.
Okay.
Paul Macbeth followed me on Instagram yesterday.
You got me there. I'm not that
He's
big.
like the Tom Brady of disc golf, y'all.
Oh.
He followed me.
We should put that
He
up.
followed me and sent me a DM. He was like, if you ever want to come to a tournament or...
That's a great sound.
If you ever want to come...
He like had a good hesitation after
Let's
that.
fly him out.
The hesitation there.
He
Yeah,
said,
you
if
could
you ever want to
splice,
come to a tournament or, like play sometime. And I was like, fuck yeah. Alex was like, we got to get your montage up. Like, you got to get good now.
Is he like a Nashville dude? Like,
No, he's from,
lives in Florida
I think he's
right
from
now.
California. He lives in Florida now.
So they have like professional disc golf.
He's like
which-
5-time world champion.
I didn't even know what disc golf was until I met Trey and Alex, or really until I met Alex.
But you had an idea.
But I had no idea. We don't do that shit. Like
okay.
up north, it's not. We don't have that much room, and there's not enough hippies. You know, like it's not a big thing. We play play stick golf as they call it.
Right.
But this guy's like a pro. Like
He gets paid $1 million a year to throw frisbees.
I mean, there's crazier shit that people get paid a lot of money for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Why can't we just fly him out and have him on the pod too?
That would be lit.
Me and Burrell sit out and just Alex can talk to him.
it'll be Alex Cape interviewing with Trey Lewis.
Yeah, the only way I'm going to play disc golf with him is if Alex comes. Because he's like the only person I know that's decent at the sport.
and probably one of the only few people that follows the sport that closely.
Yeah.
Are you good? Like,
No,
would you?
I'm terrible. I'm
Okay.
awful.
Like
Yeah.
there's like handicaps,
I'm like
right?
10
Just like in
plus
golf.
every time.
I wouldn't
Okay,
say,
Not at the
I wouldn't say
putt-putt
you're
course.
horrible.
At the putt-putt course, I beat Bonner's ass. every time.
Yeah.
I would say like me and Nikki T are horrible.
Yeah,
I would say you're average. You're good.
Like, so we started playing on the roads. How it happened.
Gotcha.
It's a physical activity to go do. It's cheap. It costs no money.
Yeah.
Except for the disc you'll
Except
lose.
for the disc. You know, and once you get addicted to buying those, I mean, it's game over.
Every day.
Yeah.
But like usually, like when you go out there, you start. You know, once you kind of get the hang of it, Burrell just never got better at it. Like,
I had a couple. I would get pars
like-
every now and then.
Yeah.
Like I've got a few pars.
I've
now,
only
like
went
Bonner's
twice with Burrell, but my
Bonner's-
favorite's when you threw Terry's disc in the tree.
Yeah, when I threw
Pars into the tree.
Which you know Terry, Big Dick Terry very well.
okay.
Terry, I was borrowing his discs and I threw one of his into a tree. You know how Terry reacts when you do things that he doesn't like.
Like never came down from the tree.
No, it didn't come down for the tree. And Terry did not let me live it down for about a month, 2 months. Burl, you threw my fucking disc in the goddamn tree. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I just full on
Like
launched
Terry
it.
cares about a disc.
So yeah. Well, is there like courses everywhere you go?
Yeah, dude,
there's
literally
courses.
everywhere.
There's like
Really?
3 or 4 in Nashville.
Dude, more than that, probably like 10.
So it's like not like Google
Yeah.
within
They have
20
an
minutes
app.
away.
It's called
Normally
UDisc.
wherever you're. Yeah.
There's an app called UDisc, and you can
Okay.
just look on there, and
Yeah.
courses come up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we did the show with TL, and then we were supposed to have a flight from Chicago to Cleveland.
Our second canceled flight of the week.
Yeah, second canceled flight of the
So
week.
was
So
Alex was
I told the
flying up.
guys, I was like, you're going to have to drive us first to Chicago, then to Cleveland. So the guys got a day rate for the extra travel day.
Leaving out of here. Or from
No,
Wisconsin.
this was after the
Gotcha.
festival.
After the festival.
Because originally they were just going to rent a car. They had already rented a car to just take to Chicago and fly them, and then fly from O'Hare out to Cleveland.
Right.
But sure enough, things don't go well, especially when airlines don't like to keep employees right now. Or can't keep employees.
Right.
So yeah, we followed.
Yeah.
They made it out. How long were you guys in that hotel? You all stayed in a hotel for like
Just an hour.
an hour.
I
Yeah.
didn't want to sit on the curb, so I went and got a hotel for an hour.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And then dude, Pittsburgh was badass. Have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
Through, not stayed in.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
go through that tunnel, and then there's just
Alex
like this
Maxwell
huge
was there.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed with Maxwell's parents instead of a hotel.
Okay.
Which that can always be weird.
Right.
Dude, his parents are so
But
cool,
his
though.
parents, Big Lou, I mean, they're awesome.
His
dude.
mom's literally so nice.
They made us these Salisbury steaks for lunch. They were so good.
Do you have permanis?
I didn't. I'm on diet. So.
What's Salisbury steak?
You never had Salisbury?
It's like a sandwich?
I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
It's like hamburgers, but with just like gravy on
Is
it.
it like
that's
hamburger
right.
steak?
Yeah,
but
it's good.
It's like a hamburger steak
not
kind of
fried?
thing?
Um,
Yeah.
Hamburger steaks fried, right?
Hey, remember that time I fucked up the order with the hamburger steaks? And you guys were really pissed at me. And what was that? I was not Columbus.
That was that little weird bar.
We had Jordan Rager with us somewhere in Georgia.
Noon in Georgia.
So I had never heard. I was like, okay, steak. They probably want it like medium rare, like whatever. And it was like bloody. Like,
it's hamburger.
It's hamburger. It's like hamburger meat. So I was like, okay.
Send it back.
I didn't know. It was I didn't know it was a fucking hamburger that you eat.
We had to get on stage.
I didn't know that it was a fucking hamburger that you ate as a steak.
You ate bloody.
They did. I did.
Ground beef.
I didn't. They did.
Me and Terry did.
How?
We just ate the
What was the reaction?
We didn't eat the
what was your? I mean, I would have been in pain.
Yeah, we didn't eat the middle. We just ate the outside.
Well, I didn't know. I saw steak, and I'm like, they don't want their steak well done.
Yeah, right.
So I'm thinking it's steak.
Yeah.
We eat hamburgers as hamburgers. We don't eat hamburgers as steaks.
Right.
Did they ask you, or just like, I want this medium?
They didn't ask me anything. They were just like, all right, they want it like that.
I'm like so worried about like my chicken and just ground beef being cooked properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bad experience, but you know.
Bro, when you're sick, you're sick.
Like I probably just wouldn't have eaten
or beef.
Both.
Oh, really?
Both. Like I trusted a buddy cooking at a cookout one time, and because that's what you do at a cookout. But he like served the burgers, and like I bit into it like a big old fucking bite, and just like blood, just in like red. And I was like, all right, no, I'm good. And I still got sick off of that.
Damn.
Mcilwain made us a chicken casserole that one time. That chicken was a little undercooked, Mcilwain. That green bean. I think Kepsy should have threw it back in the oven. Burrell was there. What can you confirm?
I think that was that Italian chicken thing I did. Yeah, that was that wasn't best effort.
We ate it though.
We're still here.
Sometimes you just gotta trust a buddy, but it backfires.
Davis,
I'm very sensitive. So
you ever been to casinos on the road?
Yes, absolutely. I've been to Pecola, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
we played like all there is to play, I believe. It was with actually Hood and Cobb, and we played a casino. I can't remember the tribe or the whatever you call them, but yeah, absolutely.
We went to the it's called Three River or just Rivers in Pittsburgh.
Okay,
lost $1,200.
What were you playing?
We played roulette at first,
right,
and then I just went over to the penny slots and started playing those. They have these Wheel of Fortune ones. I just love. I can't stop playing them.
Wheels, man.
Yeah,
the wheels.
Craps is the game though.
Alex was up $2,500.
And what was he playing? Same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he was playing roulette table. He was up $2,500 and then he lost all his
He strikes
money.
me as like a fancy, like kind of formal gambler.
But I mean, $1,500,
which is what roulette is.
Or $1,200 isn't that bad compared to like going to the strip club, you know? Because when I go to the strip club, like that's spending a lot of money, probably $3,000. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I've done it a couple times.
Well, it's also if the entourage, if it's like a crew thing.
Yeah,
right?
It's a crew.
Yeah.
I try to. I'm not a big. I just always think like strip clubs are just like a total waste of money.
But yeah, at least when you leave out of there and you spend all that money, at least you got to see titties, you know?
That's what the internet's for.
You just go to a Trey Lewis show, you'll see titties anyway.
That's what the internet's for.
I guess working at the Flora Bama, that was just free.
Yeah.
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 They weren't always
not
nice,
saying
though.
it was like high class.
The bras.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Speaking of the Flora Bama, I want to tell this story about the first time I ever played the Flora Bama. Okay. So we get a call. Matt Smith, remember him? Matthew
Auburn?
Smith. Yeah, Auburn guy.
area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
So he calls me up. He was playing it. So I had this drummer. His name was Tyler Murphy, and he
Out of Birmingham?
Yeah,
I know,
you know
Tyler.
him?
Yeah, because he's from Montgomery.
Yeah, that's right. So Tyler, he lives in Canada now. He got married and moved out there. But he played in a wedding band. It was like him, Matt Smith, and then I can't remember the singer guy's name. But anyway, so when Tyler wasn't busy with his wedding band, he played with me. And this was like, he was my first drummer when I first started playing. And so that's how I met Matt Smith. So Matt Smith called me. He was like, they would always do these like wedding gigs, but like sometimes the singer couldn't make it, and sometimes I would be the wedding singer, and like they just like played musical chairs with the different instruments in the wedding band. Well, Matt Smith calls me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, you want to play the Flora Bama?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to play the Flora Bama," because who wouldn't want to play the Flora Bama?
Right.
And he was like, "We're just going to do a 3-piece. Do you know anybody that can play drums?" I was like, "I know this guy named Terry. He plays guitar, but he can play drums."
What? Terry?
So we get down there, and I'm sick as fuck. Like I have the flu or something. Like if Corona was a thing, like I had it. Like I felt dead.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that runs sound there now. I don't know if he still does. His name's Kyle. Is that it?
There's no Kyle there now, but
There was a Kyle there. He's like a soft-spoken guy.
Okay, maybe Chris.
I don't know.
What year was this?
Anyways, this was back in the day, but I remember when I was down there for the Frank Brown year before last, he was down there and he was running sound. Maybe it's like Kai or Kyle or something. I don't remember. But anyways, and he was playing before us. And then what's the old sound guy's name?
Mike.
His mom just passed away, right? Recently or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a year or two ago.
Or I think, I don't know if it was
what's his name? Mike what?
Lachlan?
Mike Lachlan. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if his mom passed away.
So
last year.
they're up before us. And I mean, they're just like, I'm already intimidated because I'm at the fucking Flora Bama. I've never been before.
Yeah.
And the musicians y'all have down there, they're really good.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah. Most of them. And I mean, they're just ripping it. This crowd's going insane. At this point, I've never played any Tin Roof shows or anything like that. It's just been like Mexican restaurants and maybe a fucking wedding every now and then. But nothing I just didn't know how to entertain a crowd. In my set list is Ain't No Sunshine and beginner, set list. And I'm intimidated. I'm sick. I can barely even sing. And then I get up there and Terry's playing drums. We're playing fucking Wagon Wheel and everybody's looking at us like we're crazy. And, Matt Smith's playing the couple solos that he knows.
Were y'all in the dome?
We're in the dome, yeah.
Early or late?
It was late.
Oh, wow.
It was 10 to 2 or something.
Oh, wow.
But we made it through, dude. And I knew right then and there, it was so bad, dude, that Mike even got up at one point and played guitar with us. Yeah. I just knew from that point on that I would never play the Flora Bama ever again. I just knew that I had squandered that opportunity right there.
And you did play it again.
I did because of you. If
played
it wasn't for you, it would have never happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
because I reached out for years.
Yeah.
But I mean, how often do you have that people reach out to you?
I mean,
people are probably going to watch this podcast and know that you booked the Flora Bama and they're going to be reaching out to you.
Well, I advise the entertainment department now.
Davis Nix, y'all. Yeah.
Oh no, when I was on Hood morning when he was doing that during COVID, shut down all stuff.
By the way, he needs to bring that back.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Ella's mom was talking about that last night.
So we're on there and this was 2020, July I was on it. And the Bama had opened back up in May. And we were doing all those acoustic only shows from 11 to midnight or something on every stage because you couldn't walk around.
Yeah.
So we booked more shows in 2020 than Flora Bama's ever booked before because it was we had to always have music at stage starting at 11 a.m. instead of maybe this 10th stage wouldn't open up normally till Thursday or something, whatever. So I go on Hood morning and I tell Adam before, hey, let's not say anything about me being the buyer at Flora Bama. He's like, okay. And one of the first things he did, he was like, hey everybody, Davis Nix here. He books the Flora Bama, man. And if your mama thinks you're good, man, then give him a call.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, God, dog, man.
The DMs were fuller than they've ever been.
Oh yeah. I mean, people were hitting me up on Instagram. I thought about going private on my Instagram, and stuff like that. And but no, in normal just email booking at Flora Bama, it's a good bit. I mean, weekly. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on is, at least when I was there, was getting back to everybody with some sort of answer. Because everybody would love an answer even if it's no.
Yeah.
Just to know that you got back.
What's a nice way that you say no? Just so I can use that in my life.
Same.
I think it's more hey, we're pretty full up on our schedule to the end of the year. Really appreciate your submission. We put it in a file to look back on. Please continue reaching out to us with dates, whatever. Never know when cancellations.
Now everybody knows the answer.
Sending us new stuff. Well done, Bon. That was a good little hack.
I'm asking.
You never know when somebody's gonna, appear to suck and go out and hear no, 15 times and go out and get good and come back and crush it.
Absolutely.
Me.
And we've
prime example.
We've done that with artists that we've told no to ultimately playing the Bama. And then a year or two later, something, they send another email with we always wanted a live video I never wanted like an EP or something, right? I wanted like the live video of like what you sound like.
It's like coaching a sport, seeing a highlight tape. Like that's what your
Absolutely.
show looks like. Let's see if it'll fit in.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No like badass editing or nothing. Like just straight up
Raw video.
cell phone, like raw as shit. And like a bunch of them have like come back and like really like stepped up their game and their craft and like, fuck yeah, come on.
Do you remember anybody that you said no to now that you booked down there, or that you did book down there?
Okay, so this is funny, and like I wasn't there when she was told no.
Yeah.
But so is Jesse.
Yeah.
Right? And we're split up or whatever.
Yeah.
But like at that before I came, like Paul, who would like go through all the submissions, like said no to her.
Yeah.
Whatever. And when we started dating, I like would put her on the schedule.
Yeah.
And like, because she's good, she deserves it, all that great stuff. And like, I remember Paul coming to me when like she left after coming down there for like a weekend. He's like, bro, like I had her in the no pile, you know? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, whatever. And then she like called me when she was driving back, like right after Paul told me that. She was like, I think I know who Paul is now. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, who is he? She goes, well, I sent an email like 3 or 4 times and he kept on sending me the same response of like, y'all are full up. And if a cancellation happens and all this stuff, I was like, yeah, he just told me he put you in the no pile. And like, I could hear in her voice, like insecurity or something. Like, am I good enough? Like, is it only because I'm dating you? And I'm like, hey, look, you're great. Like, you deserve to be on these stages, all that stuff. But like she like really stepped up her game. Yeah. And that was like more of a personal one. But besides that, man, I mean, Chris Beverly. Yeah. You know, like he's like killer guitar player now. I mean, Mason Henderson, just incredible. Everybody's like really like the island folk are really great people. And like they are constantly, because like during season, you can play like 300 shows in like 8 months.
Yeah. And that's, what I mean? Yeah, that's too one thing that I realized after playing down there during the summer months of COVID is that it wasn't about like, you know, like a lot of it had to do with keeping the island the local people busy, you know, and making sure that they have dates, you know, before you can bring in people from out of town. So it wasn't like a, you know, it wasn't always like a, you know, no, we're good, you know, or you're not good enough. It was just about like, you know,
there's a balance
keeping local people happy.
We
too.
Pissed off the local people.
Yeah.
Then like, what kind of bar are we? Are we actually like supporting our community?
Exactly.
And whatnot?
Absolutely.
But dude,
I mean, and take,
when you booked me and Terry down there, man, that was like so
that was fun.
That was so clutch because we needed that money. Like we came down there one week and made like $3,000.
You remember when like I was playing the Dome and y'all were going to be right after me.
Yeah.
And I got a call from one of our managers, like this guy,
Austin Foreman,
was playing up in the main room. And like, I would keep my cell phone on stage. And if like a certain manager would call me or like Brandon or someone like would call me, like I'd stop my show and be like, what's up? You know, and like on stage, hit me quick. And they'd be like, need you upstairs in the main room. I'm like, oh Lord. And so Trey and Terry are like side stage of the Dome. Because y'all are supposed to play.
I was coming to watch you play.
And y'all were going to play right after. Yeah. And I was like, hey man, I need a favor. Can you play a couple songs while I leave? And he's like, absolutely. I run up there. Not good situation. Very drunk human being on stage saying some really not okay things.
Well, it's like the main room's like older people and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like,
is the main room the one with all the bras hanging up?
That's the Dome.
That's the Dome.
main room's
So I've only been there that one time with you. So
the main
when
room, you can't go up there and sing Dick Down in Dallas at 6 o'clock.
It's easy listening kind of thing.
Yeah, you want to do that at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you want to do that at 10 o'clock. What I mean? So it was like he was singing songs that were like equivalent to that.
Okay. But like some of his verbiage, like just in communication.
He was just
like
being an asshole.
Yeah, like really.
Not something you want at your venue.
Employees were getting pissed because patrons are getting pissed.
Right.
And when there's like a majority ultimately. Yeah. And so anyways, I handle that situation and then I like run downstairs or call you and I'm like, hey man, actually instead of playing a few songs for me down there, can y'all come up here and finish the rest of the main room show? And you're like, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, we did it.
But yeah, that was a crazy time, man. Just being down there and I brought so many. We down there at the Bama, we brought so many people from Nashville because we were kind of like the only venue that was like offering anything.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's it like looking back? Like, you guys were probably one of maybe 10 venues that were operating at that time in the world.
Yeah,
in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the Republic of Florida was afloat. Like, you guys were doing your thing,
right?
And like South Alabama during COVID, because like world shuts down, no gigs anywhere around the world, and then you guys are one of the first to come back. Like, that's got to be crazy to like think about.
It was crazy because there'd be
the energy of that. Like, people are like, fuck yeah, music's here again.
There were like major artists like reaching out.
Yeah.
That like sell like 5,000-6,000 person rooms, wanting to come down and just play acoustic, just to play a show of some kind, you know? And like, but all that being said, I mean, like, we didn't know like all the variables inside of it. It was like if the governor of Florida was going to shut us down, or if he was going to extend our time or kill some of that time, or like who has COVID the next day and can't come on property.
It would change day by day, hour by hour sometimes.
Yeah. And like employees, how many employees are going to be in because who has COVID, who doesn't, who feels comfortable coming there, you know? And like we would book shows, like 150 shows every 24 hours. Like just staying up.
Ridiculous.
Myself, Brandon Parnell, and Paul Lingo would just stay up all night, like just crushing beers and like just trying to find bodies
to put
to like play. And like there was a lot of people that would play like 2 or 3 shows in a day.
Yeah, we were doing. You guys were doing 2 days when we were down there.
And then I feel so bad because you would go talk to these artists like after like the 3rd day, and they'd be like, "Hey man, okay," you know, like they're just
you guys
they're done.
You guys have the band house, right?
Yeah.
That place, those walls could tell some fucking stories, huh?
It's insane.
Is it one of those places?
Wasn't
where
the chair written in there?
No, the chair was written on that boat that Hank Cochran and Dean Dillon lived on, or whatever. I can't remember the name of the boat, but like, you know, you had Mickey Newberry, Hank Cochran, and Dean Dillon, and Bo Roberts, and Mark Sherrill, and I'm sure a bunch of other greats that I'm just.
I think when I walked into that building for the first, like into the Flora Bama itself, I felt like I was living a Riley Green song.
Oh yeah,
like that's what it felt. It felt like it was literally like the early Riley Green songs, like "Dude from Alabama on Vacation." So I feel like that's a big thing. Were you there for those years, like when Riley and not even Muscadine, when Charlie and Gary were coming through, not even as Muscadine? I'm like, you got to watch like Alabama music, like the modern day. Watch Trey, all these guys and girls come up through.
Absolutely.
Wayne Mills.
I mean Wayne Mills, Adam Hood. You know, throw Ella in there now. And,
was Jamie
Gary
Johnson ever through there?
You know, that's a good question. I feel like probably like in the early 2000s, probably with like Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm pretty sure that JJ like ran the road in the van with Wayne and whoever Wayne had as players at the time. I mean, Wayne went through like 50 guitar players, 50 drummers, 50 bass players. Like, I mean, it's a whole network in itself. But like, yeah, I'm sure he did. I know he's played it before, but I don't know in the capacity of like $150 like check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a place of history.
It was
absolutely.
cool to like come down there during the summer months of COVID, play those shows, and then come back the next summer and play like a ticketed show.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Cool.
That was a fun night.
That was a fun night. We want to do it again soon.
I remember I was telling Matt, I was like, "Hey, let's put the merch down here," and he's like, "What'd you say?" You're like, "Can we keep it in the tent?"
Yeah, I was like, keep it in the tent. Like, let's.
There's children out here, and I don't know if it's probably the best.
Well, yeah, all the stickers. I mean, what's funny now though, and this is another thing recapping this past weekend. The meet and greets the past couple weeks, like have been, or like the shows the last couple weeks. Family of all ages, and the meet and greets have been a lot of kids coming up, and they know remember the little girl?
Yeah, thank God for TikTok.
No, but I'm saying I'm looking at it like I'm worried about these kids seeing a butt fucked in Boston sticker. Meanwhile, nowadays the parents are buying it for them. Like they're coming up, they know the song.
I don't have kids, but I know that I have like 2 separate friends. I think we all do, like that are like married and have kids. It's like one group of parents are like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if you cuss like around my kids. Like they know better." Yeah. You know, until they're 18, are they allowed to say these words or whatever? Yeah. And then you have some parents that are just like, don't say any of that shit around. And I'm like, okay. And I respect both of them.
You couldn't have said it any better.
Don't say any of that shit around.
That's like accurate. Damn. Can't wait to tell my therapist about that on Thursday.
Yeah, I feel like parents that are like that though, they're like not going to bring their kids.
They're not even going to listen to us.
Situations.
Whereas the Flora Bama, I guess there were kind of just because the way it's set up is like if you don't have tickets to that specific section, then you're in. Like I was just thinking, like keeping it near the concert.
My ex-girlfriend was there that night upstairs with her new boyfriend.
We put her on the list.
We wouldn't let her come to the show.
Yeah, we put her on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all put her on the list.
Yeah, we put her on the list.
We put her on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry and his kid,
thought you might want to see me crushing it.
Yeah.
But you know, the reality is too, like even if you're not in the tent, seeing those like butt fuck stickers and all that, you can walk anywhere in the Flora Bama and someone's written something or like slapped a sticker on some pole or wall.
It probably comes with the territory where it's like, you're not at Chuck E. Cheese. You're at
right.
And you got the Possum King Clay
Let's get
Eubank.
into it. So you're from Montgomery?
From Montgomery, man. Yeah.
So when did you first pick up a musical instrument? I mean, you play everything, right?
Everything decently well.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say bass, guitar, and drums and harmonies.
Because we had Adam Hood on the other day, and he was just talking about how you can just do everything.
Yeah, and it's kind
wear
of
many
been
hats.
It's been a blessing because it's kept me busy, but like also like it scares the living fuck out of me sometimes. Like, you know, then like Brent called me to play bass.
Brent
and I was
Cobb,
like,
for those you
Brent
don't know.
Cobb, apologize. And I was like, yeah, I can do it. And like I never really listened to like Shine On and Providence like to the degree of like hardcore and the bass and drums. Like I did, but when I started getting into it, I was like, fuck. Like you could, like Brian Allen on bass is incredible, Chris Powell on drums is incredible, but if you just put bass and drums on both of those albums and sold that, I would buy it. Like the instrumentation and the musicianship is insane.
So
it's just a bass solo the whole time, but in such a well-crafted, not excessive. So so sometimes it can get me in trouble of knowing how to play a lot of
How
these.
long have you been out with Brent? Because my friend Chandler filled in with him last weekend. Were you there with Chandler Brown?
No, but play guitar.
Yeah, Chan Daddy.
I heard about that. I don't know him. I wasn't out then. I just did this last weekend.
Yeah, we're friends from college. He used to be in this band called New Suede. We call him Chan Daddy.
Chan Daddy. All right. Yeah, I heard Chan Daddy did great. Did he think he did great?
I know he was nervous going into it, so I really hoped he crushed it. And he's a fucking phenomenal musician with like an amazing stage presence. So I know he crushed it.
The cool thing with like the Cobb Camp is like, especially on stage, is it's like just feel your way.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too on point, playing everything perfect. But that being said, I mean, I've filled in as a drummer, bass player, guitar player. 4 years old, I picked up a guitar when my dad handed it to me. And
did your dad play?
Yeah, he played. He was up in Nashville, 70s maybe, put up 2 albums.
Hell yeah.
And mom.
Did he go to law school after that or before that?
During that.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like
multitasker, just like yourself.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, with a bad back, just like him. Definitely my father's son. But yeah, he would tell me stories of like walking around from door to door with like his vinyl and like also selling Bibles.
Yeah.
And like go knock on a door and try to like make money, right?
Yeah. 2 for 1.
He's like, man, nobody bought my album. And I was like, you're going up against fucking Jesus, man. Like
in Alabama, yeah.
Yeah, like come on. Like,
by God.
You want this LP of someone, me, that you've never heard, or like this Bible?
Or you want the official book of the South, yeah.
Said he would just start selling Bibles and like giving the vinyl away. That's like great. Here. So.
Give the CD with the Bible, yeah.
Whatever. But like Love Can Build a Bridge was the first song I learned how to sing and play.
The Judds.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
Mom was a piano music teacher, you know, and so we did piano lessons and vocal lessons and obviously the choir stuff. And like all I wanted to do was be a drummer.
Yeah.
You know, so like when I was like 10, my parents bought me like a $500-$600 drum set, and like I think I still owe them money for that, you know.
Oh really?
Probably. You know, I was supposed to go like mow lawns all summer, and I did. I just don't think I even made that much money. But like, I still have that drum kit too.
That's awesome.
But Yeah.
Is it a nice one?
I think so.
I mean,
yeah.
if you
It's
still
like
have it.
It's like a Tama Classic Rockstar kit or something, like
awesome.
amber gold. It's
What was your first gig playing drums or no?
Yeah, my first gig was I was 11 or 12 years old, and we played for my brother. My brother was 14. And then we had these two guys we had in the band as well, JB and Evan, and they were 2 years older than my brother, so they could drive.
Yeah.
And my brother's girlfriend at the time, her mom had an office party and needed a band. And like, I remember we had our buddy John Hunter like have like a VHS camera, you know, and like do like this like one of the first like media content capturers, you know, like following us around with this old VHS camera. And like he had to sit in this cubicle that was like right next to where we were playing.
Oh, it was in the fucking office?
It was in the office, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah, like they moved cubicles and
11
like
years old banging
very,
on the drums.
very stale environment. I think we had like a disco light we bought from like Bailey Brothers.
Could you turn the drums down some?
Absolutely, not even mic'd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we would do like Buffett tunes and like Fish tunes and like Panic and Van Morrison, like total jam band stuff. And like we played, I think like 20 gigs that year, like on like flatbeds out at like farm parties and shit.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Just like my parents were like super cool about all that.
That's great.
You know, it's where I started smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still smoking them to this day, huh?
Absolutely trying to quit. But yeah, my dad used to take me to 1048 during like the potluck jams on like Wednesdays or Thursdays, whenever they'd have. And he would talk to the owner and like, obviously he had to sit in there, and like 1048 or like any bar band like that, like they don't start on time ever, especially like potluck jams. It's just like when everybody rolls in.
Yeah.
So he'd get there at like 9:30 and nothing would start till like 11:30, like school night. And definitely like felt embarrassed that my dad would like walk up to like the first musician he'd see, be like, "Hey, when y'all gonna start? You know, I want to get my son up there to play some drums." I'm like, "Dad, you know, whatever."
Yeah.
They were cool about it, man. I get up there and play drums with these like monster like jazz blues session players. And like I remember we'd play like Chameleon, which was like what was his name?
Herbie Hancock.
Yeah. Damn. And like Sissy Strut, you know, the Meters, and like all these songs that were like way over
Your head.
like musicianship wise.
Yeah.
I remember this guy lead singer, he would like look back at me and be like, "Pocket, pocket, pocket." And I had no clue what that meant.
Yeah.
He'd put his hand in his back pocket, you know, and I'm like, "I don't know what the hell you talking about." Like, okay. And then finally I learned the phrase like play in the pocket.
Just get in the pocket.
Yeah. And he would like just be singing and put his hand in his back pocket. And I'd be like, "I don't know what you're talking. What does that mean?" Yeah, but it was really cool. I learned a lot, like really quick.
How many bands have you think you've played in?
I would say easily probably 40 to 50.
Wow.
I would say.
Yeah.
You know, the Wayne Mills years were insane. I don't even remember most of them. Not because
Were
like
you
I was
playing
too
drums for Wayne or what?
anything that was whoever didn't show up.
Yeah.
Like if a bass player didn't show up, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll play bass.
How old were you for that?
I started that when I was like 18.
Yeah.
So like the years of like high school still and whatnot until I was 18, I was just kind of like still doing the sports that my parents wanted me to do, you know, still practicing whatever instrument and trying to make bands with my brother or other friends. And, you know, got to the point by the time I was 16 that I could ultimately walk in like any bar in Montgomery if a band was playing. Yeah. And then when I left there, I went to MTSU for college. Actually, I went to University. I'm an Auburn fan, but I went to University of Alabama for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. And I called my mom and dad. I said, I'm going to die up here. If I like just in the first.
I only went there. I lived in Tuscaloosa for like 6 months and then went to rehab right after that. So I get it.
Yeah. I was like, I need to go do music. And so I did MTSU and only did like 2 years there, then left.
Yeah. I went. It was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a college professor, like class of 400 or whatever.
Who was it?
I can't remember, man. but he was like, I don't know what y'all are doing. Something along the lines like, I don't know what you're going to do with this music business degree. You know, like you need to go meet people and like get involved. And that kind of already like kind of reassured or reaffirmed like I didn't want to be at college anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, I have an excuse now to tell my parents. My professor told me to get the fuck out of here. And I left, called my brother, scared to death to tell my parents, you know, and called my brother. He was living at Birmingham, finishing up being at Sanford then. He called a buddy, Keith Ward, who was like a regional rep for Red Bull.
Yeah.
And like was really involved with City Stages.
Oh, yeah.
Before it died. And he's like, oh, man, yeah. George McMillan, he's a great friend. And like George McMillan is the dude that started City Stages.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll get you an internship. It's like once I had that set up, like I called my parents and told them, I was like, hey, I left college. They're like, what? And I'm like, but I got an internship.
Like, oh, okay, it's legit. Yeah.
You know, and then I ended up getting the job.
Yeah.
And I was in Birmingham for like 2-3 years. And then City Stages just crashed.
What'd you do? Just help book the acts or just whatever they needed or what?
So McMillan was like special event firm. Like our baby was City Stages. We worked on that.
So for those out there like me who are not from the Republic of Alabama, what is City Stages?
City Stages was your local downtown on the asphalt street music fest.
So it was like a fair but with music.
Well, I mean,
I guess check out the street, like not a festival where it's out in a field somewhere.
It was a festival,
but it was a festival, but it was in the streets of Birmingham.
Yeah, dude. I saw like Sawyer
Allman
Brown
Brothers.
there. I
Allman
saw
Brothers.
It
I
was
saw
massive.
drive-by truckers there.
Oh yeah,
Yellow Card.
James Brown, Skinner.
Yeah.
Yellow Card, is that? Yeah,
Yellow Card.
I mean, it was like every city has a music festival downtown, but not anymore because it's all, you know, in a field.
So what happened to it?
The neighbors are just banging each other hard upstairs.
Is that upstairs?
Yeah.
No, what happened to it along with another, like, I don't know.
Cut it out!
Hey, hopefully they're using protection, you know?
Anyways.
They did stop. They did stop.
Yeah.
It sounded more like
She's
dogs.
cooking something. She's fucking beating the meat.
It's 24 hours a day. Anytime I'm here, it's just like
Matt McIlwain lives here, by the way.
Oh, you live here?
No,
This is to prevent him from driving home from
Oh,
Midtown drunk. That's
no.
what this place is.
Right.
You know,
No, I do also do a lot of work
it's a big
here.
part of it, and he gets paid to be here. You know,
He said he does.
I do a lot of work here.
lots of things and stuff.
Wait,
you
so
know,
back to City
Things.
Stages.
I'm always I'm so busy. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, this episode right here will take literally probably 4 or 5 hours to send to the other guys in Texas. Plus another 5 hours to get to them.
Yeah, so what was the thing called? So City Streets,
City Stages.
City Stages.
So like just like all these other cities out there in America, like festivals in the 80s and 90s were like happening downtown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just died off because they were like, oh, we can like do a destination festival where you go to New Orleans and see Jazz Fest or like hang out at the beach or Bonnaroo in a 800-acre field or
for Country X Rock the South or this or that. Yeah.
Or like a cruise. They have like all
Big
the cruises now.
yeah.
And so like that really like took the market share of these festivals that were happening downtown cities all across America. You know,
and in Alabama, the music scene is so rich that you have so many different styles. Like, was it a multi-day thing?
3-day. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you know, with the 3-day festival, it really starts on Thursday. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. But we would work 362 days out of the year for 3 days of things. But we'd also have we'd do Susan G. Komen Race for the Cures. We'd have 10,000 people racing in downtown Birmingham. We do Sidewalk Film Festival, which was an independent film festival. We did a lot of special event stuff and really cut my teeth in knowing massive production that was like in the multi-millions, tens of millions of seeing how these things really come together of being told, hey, Davis, this is Wednesday night, before City Stages starts on Friday. And they'd be like, and I've been out there since 9 a.m. They'd be like, all right, you need to be here till 4 a.m. on the site helping get shit together. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on? They're like, well, the porta potties come in around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and they need to be put over here, and here's the map. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And like learning, there's just so much infrastructure that has to be put together.
It takes a village for sure.
And like, definitely, I didn't sleep for a long time because I was like, I don't know, apparently a vampire, and like, I didn't need sleep. They'd be like, oh, you need to go do this. I'd be like, okay. It was cool though. I learned a lot, man.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
So when'd you get into songwriting?
Man, I mean, my dad's always been a songwriter, but I would say honestly, when I was in like the Greek scene of playing music,
Yeah.
which became exhausting after a while. As you know.
Oh yeah.
Great money, but you're playing the same damn shit every night. Covers not even your own stuff. And I was a music garden band.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
a music garden booking agent, you know, and
Dan and what's the other guy's name?
Pat.
No, that's a
Sky
Sky
Bar.
Bar. Who? God, what is his name?
At music
Damn,
garden.
it's drawing a blank to me.
I can't. Yeah.
Mcilwain knows everything.
Let's see. I got it
Martin?
saved in the phone.
Martin and Michael.
Martin, yeah.
Martin and Michael.
Martin, dude, he used to
Yeah.
hook it up, dude.
Yeah, man.
What's the other guy's name from Selma? The little short guy.
Dobbins.
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 Dobby,
Yeah.
go Dobby.
Dobbins would always
Dobby
try to
from,
get me for like $1,200. I'd be like, damn, man, I need at least $2,500, dog.
I mean,
He'd be like, all right, well, I'll hit you up when you're broke. I mean, those guys always, you know, they kept us booked, and they were good dudes, man. But they
It's
own
really-
that market in Auburn. Like, nobody else books down there except for them.
that's like where I believe I met Charlie Muncaster was at Sky Bar. I used to play Sky Bar like once a week, acoustic up front for like $1,000. Like it was like gold.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, and like wouldn't start till 11:30 at night and play till 2:30.
We love you, Sky Bar.
That's got that's played as big a role in like the history of like Alabama country music last 25 years as Flora Bama has.
Right.
Flora Bama, Sky Bar, they're on like it's that same kind of thing. Very
Yeah.
different places, both massive but both incredibly influential. Without them, the guys that are doing it right now in the last 10 years, who knows what they'd be doing? That's where
Probably
everybody got
not
their
be doing
start.
music. Yeah.
Everybody got their start.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you would get all these Greek gigs, you know, and like
Just by crushing it there.
yeah, and like make so much money. And I remember I was playing Knoxville one night. We got done. We were at a hotel, and the bass player and guitar player at the time like were songwriters, and like I had written songs, but I wasn't like focused on it.
Yeah.
And I was probably about 24, 25 when we were at the hotel afterwards, just drinking beer and just, you know, it'd be two dudes sleeping in beds. You know what I mean? Like we get one. I was pretty cheap. I'm not gonna lie.
We used to do
back
5 in the hotel room. We
Oh,
did
wow.
8 one time.
Fuck, when Dick Down came out, me and you were still sharing a bed, dude.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were. Yeah.
then. Yeah. So y'all know. So we're like sitting
Yeah.
there, and like they're playing like original music, and like at that time my headspace was like just being exhausted because I owned the van, I owned the trailer, I owned the audio, I owned the lighting. I was handling all of it, killing it like cash flow wise, but like just like what, like saw the hamster wheel, you know, like fuck this, I'm gonna go start writing songs.
Yeah.
And so I finished out any contract I had for the rest of the year, and like basically like when I was back in Nashville, I like quit all that and sold my PA and lighting to a club in Columbus, and sold my trailer to somebody, and sold the van, and you know, try to pay off some debt, and then really just went 100% in for songwriting. But you know, you miss the money when you're when you're broke.
Oh yeah. I mean, hell, if it wasn't for Dick Down in Dallas, I'd still be writing twice a week and playing covers on the road forever. That's the only thing. Like I look back on it now, I'm like, if I could go back, I would have just quit playing on the road and just played Broadway. Like screw it. You know?
I mean, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. But I don't know. I guess the traveling and like meeting new people was like always cool. But people come here every weekend from a different city. So like
The traveling, I think, is more important than the playing.
yeah.
Like when you're getting going.
Yeah, it really helped me get my chops in. So like when we really started touring with, you know, with this song, like, and you know, all the other stuff we put out too, it like I was already kind of already ready for it. You know what I mean?
You've done
you're
8
gonna break
hours.
down. You're gonna, you're gonna want to end it all. At 5 a.m, not slept.
Yeah, you've done 8-9 hours in a van from one side of the country to the other, or one side of the south to the other.
You break down in like Oklahoma, and you're like, how to get out of that is like,
this is the end.
You can't teach that shit.
Yeah, you learn so much.
Yeah,
that's way more valuable.
Learn how to adapt and survive.
So you didn't put your first song out until what, like 2018? Or were you in bands? 2014.
Yeah, I was in bands. There's stuff out there. I just have no clue where it is. Probably on MySpace, which doesn't work anymore. Obviously,
Bandcamp.
Probably. But like 2014, I put out, and like I try to take all that shit down. I'm sure it's still hiding out there somewhere.
You got Traveling Heartache. That was
18.
Right? Yeah, that song's great, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. I try to play that stuff anytime I'm out and about playing wherever I am, which is really only the Bama. I'll go down there and do some shows.
You played it at the Round the other night.
Yeah, did I play it at the Round the other night? Yeah,
didn't you
it's
play?
Probably one of my only fast-paced songs.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Thanks, man.
But let's talk about your big cut you got going on right now.
Oh, with Mr. Hood.
Yeah,
that one.
You wrote a song with Adam Hood. I mean, dude, that's like bucket list shit right there, huh? I mean, Absolutely. I know y'all are friends, but like before y'all were friends, I know you like manage him and do all that stuff.
I'll tell you this: when I was 16, I would sneak into like
Supper Club or something.
Supper Club, 1048, Zydeco, and like to see Hood play.
Yeah.
And I told myself one day, like, I'm going to play in his band. So I had these things, like I wrote down my goals, and I'm going to play
vision boards.
I've done a vision board before. I'm more of like I write I just write my goals down.
Like a checklist kind of thing. Like
I've written my Grammy acceptance speech for producer. I've done that.
Nice.
So hopefully that comes to fruition one day. But I want to be his guitar player. I want to be his tour manager. I want to write songs with him. I want to manage him and become friends with him, and then get a cut with him.
Yeah.
And I've done all of it.
That's great.
So it's like,
and let alone Miranda Lambert singing on the song. I mean, how cool is that?
Brent Cobb produced it.
Yeah.
And some of the Blackberry Smoke guys played on it. And it was recorded at a historic studio at Capricorn.
Yeah.
I just wanted to cut, man.
Yeah.
Like that was it. Yeah. Not caring who the personnel was or the producer or anything.
Yeah.
And like it was really cool. It's really exciting, and it's still climbing on Americana, which is really cool. I think it's like his best charted song so far.
Yeah.
But now, like, there's a bookmark, which I'm scared shitless of bookmarks, man.
Yeah.
Because you have to do that or better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, fuck. Okay. Like, we've been writing for years together.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm sure we could do it. But, John Prine talked about bookmarks, how he was scared of them, and he never had one until like his last album, and then he died. But he's like, I love that I've never had a number one or a bookmark that made me have to be that or better. It was like I just had fans that just loved all my shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's some lucky ass shit too right there.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
We got this new segment. You ready to try it out with us today?
All right, what the hell?
It's called Real or Fake Song Title.
I'm excited for this one.
Okay. I haven't looked at it yet.
I haven't looked at it yet. So you're going to play with us too?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it.
All right.
Usually Bonner and Trey know what's coming, and I play
don't
with
this
the guests.
time.
Okay.
But that's usually fake or real or fake DM.
Yeah.
So today's song title.
You're the reason our kids are ugly. Real or fake?
Gotta be fake.
That sounds real.
That's real.
It's real.
That sounds like Cletus T. Judd kind of shit.
Loretta Lynn.
The reason?
All right.
Loretta Lynn?
All right.
Let's go. Hall of Fame shit.
All right. Nuts, butts, and trucks.
Oh, it's fake.
That's gotta be.
I want to say real.
I'm gonna go real.
Bonner got it. It's fake.
Ross be saying that every 15 minutes.
I was thinking there's got to be like an offshoot
I've
of
been
like
to enough-
Wheeler Walker or something out there that we don't know
enough
about.
mud bogs to where like I could see that. I could picture the video for it, bro. Opening guitar lick, like I could hear that shit.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
all right.
I've been flushed from the bathroom of your heart.
Fake.
That one's
Real.
fake.
Real. Johnny
Fuck.
Cash.
I expected
Really?
more out of you, Davis Nix, on that one.
Yeah.
Man, Mcilwain's its ringtone.
Damn. All right.
Here's one. Too late to masturbate.
Oh, definitely real.
That's real. It's too good of a title to not be real.
I'll go opposite. I'll go fake.
It's fake. You're right.
Cool.
I hate
But it
this
sounds
game.
like a Wheeler song.
Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior, Charles Boyd Bonner.
Charles Boyd.
Here we go. Wheeler, this is your opportunity right there. There's your song title.
They'll get him Kim Kardashian, who he's after.
Boofing and goofing.
Oh,
Fake.
jeez. That's fake.
I'm going to go real.
You know that's fake. Came right out.
I was gonna say,
Boofing and
That's a
goofing, baby.
future song.
Alex is always talking about boofing stuff. So
I was trying to do the theory again. If y'all said whatever it was, I go opposite. But that's,
Alex is
I can't
working on a
keep doing
project
that.
called Titty Titty Bang Bang.
Okay.
It's going to be coming out. It's going to be like an electronic DJ mixed with like hippie kind of thing where you put hamsters up your butt. So Boofing and Goofing is going to be it's going to be his number one hit, you know?
Is this like a revolution?
I think
like,
so.
is
It might
this-
be.
For
It's going to
Alex,
take over
maybe.
where like jam bands have kind of fallen off a little bit. It's going to pick right back up. All the hippies are going to love it.
Oh, get a
There we
veggie
go.
quesadilla with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, hugging trees for days. Priuses and Teslas, as far as the world can see.
Then you're playing some disc golf.
Oh, great place to disc golf.
get your tongue out of my mouth because I'm kissing you goodbye.
Oh, that's real as fuck, dude.
Fake.
That's real.
It's real. It's Ray Stevens.
Okay, that makes
What?
sense.
Ray Stevens?
That makes
Doesn't he,
sense.
Hold
doesn't he
on,
have
what?
like that piano cabaret in
I'm
town or
looking at this.
something?
You got me, man.
I've heard the name Ray Stevens.
Play it, McIlwain.
Yeah.
McIlwain, I think, loves Ray. Or maybe it's
I'll send a
'cause
Ray Stevens
Play it
song
in the
over
mic
there.
on your phone.
You know that song,
I'll have to
McIlwain?
cut it
Not
off.
that song, but I know some
Yeah.
Ray Stevens cuts.
Ray
He's got
Stevens,
another-
like
Mississippi Squirrel Revival.
but
You know,
Mississippi Squirrel
they're
Revival?
streaking,
There was
like-
a music video of everybody
Yeah.
running from the squirrel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The squirrel went berserk. You know?
I've never seen any of this.
What
Oh
is
my
this?
gosh! My parents had the VHS.
I still have it.
Squirrel?
yeah.
This is like a kid's thing?
No,
No,
it
not
was
at all.
just like super cheese corn.
He's like
comedy
the old
country.
school, like what would you
Cletus
call
C.
like
Judd,
like very
before that.
clean comedy
like
country.
Rodney Carrington? Like he sings like comedy.
Minus the titties and the beer.
Right.
Yeah,
the comedy.
It's
Yeah.
kind of it's more of like a clean cut. Like we still
It's
have
like
the
what the
VHS.
Southern Baptists were allowed to laugh
Oh, it was non-secular country music.
at. Right.
It was with laughs.
What's that guy? Good hard
Me again,
fucking
Margaret?
Larry.
No, Larry Pierce was
Larry
not.
Pierce.
It's not wholesome McIlwain household after church music.
yeah.
After church on a Wednesday night, driving home in the truck.
All right, here's one. Eating ass and catching bass.
That's real.
I'm not
Oh, dude,
real.
that's
That's
gotta be
real.
real.
But Ross wanted to shout out.
That's
for
a
that
good
one.
title.
Dude,
That's
shout
a
out
good
to
title.
Ross.
Way too on the Wheeler Walker.
Maybe
when I
we
hear
should
these.
write that.
Thank you, Ross.
Eating ass and catching bass.
Ross keeps all the publishing.
He does. Retains all rights.
If I was sober, I'd hate you.
Oh, that's real.
That's real.
It's fake, but it should be a
Fuck
song.
me.
I'm terrible at this.
We're giving out song titles here today for free.
Trey gets 50%
How to
of the
play the
master.
Flora Bama and
Yeah.
free song titles.
This is the next album. Yeah.
If you can't live without me, why aren't you dead yet?
Oh, real.
Jeez.
I think that's real, and I want to know who that's
a Bonner song
Real
all
as
day.
well.
Mayday Parade. It's real.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Jeez, that's a
Why
Bonner's.
aren't
That's
you
a
dead?
Bonner's alley.
Yeah.
That's like hard. That's cold.
I gotta
Hard
go
emo
home.
shit.
Yeah, dude. I gotta go home and be
They're
sad.
really sad.
All right, this one says, I got drunk and fucked your mom.
Lord.
Matt McIlwain.
Let's say that we're fake this time.
What did you get
It's
out?
gotta be
Whatever.
fake. What do you think?
I just keep thinking there's like an offshoot of Wheeler Walker out there that we don't know about that makes this real, but I'm gonna go fake.
That's fake.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
fake. Yeah, I was gonna say fake as well.
Let's see. It's hard to kiss the lips at night that chew your ass out all day long.
It's too descriptive to be
long.
fake,
I'm going
so it's
fake.
Too
real.
long. It's fake. Get better, Alex.
It's hard to kiss the lips at night that chew your ass out all day long.
It's real.
It's real.
It's too
That's
long.
real?
They're not that smart to be that long.
The notorious cherry bombs.
The
That's the name of
notorious
the band.
cherry bombs.
What are you laughing at, McIlwain?
Could you just call them stupid?
Yeah, listen. Come on with it.
That was Bonner, Alex, not me.
If the phone doesn't ring, it's me.
Real.
That
Real.
does sound real.
It's real. It's Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Did you
I
know
didn't
the
know. I
song?
did not know that.
Yeah. That's a good one. I want to hear the song. My nuts hang a little lower these days.
Definitely not Trey.
Does this like hit all genres?
Damn.
This hits all genres,
Tiny
right?
little
Yeah.
nuts.
Small
Like,
balls.
like raisinets, little tiny nuts.
I'm gonna go fake.
I'm gonna go real.
Fake.
It's fake.
Blessed.
Trey's new
The
single.
back nine, I'm doing better. I feel
Drop kick me Jesus through the goalpost of life.
That's
Did it
real
for real,
as fuck.
baby.
It's a great song.
I think I've heard that song.
Yeah.
Who is
Drop
that?
kick me Jesus through the goalpost of life. End over in either left or the right.
It's when you take a Saturday in the fall in Alabama and put church with it, you know?
It's Bobby-
Feel football
it's-
and church together.
It's Bobby Bear.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Great song.
I've been listening to way too much Wilco lately. I forgot about my
Dude,
country
Wilco's
roots.
fucking
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're great. Mm-hmm. She got the gold mine. I got the shaft.
that's
Oh,
real.
That's real.
Jerry Reed.
Yeah, buddy.
What's this? Shoot, diddy, wop, come wang, dang.
Say
It's
that again.
real, baby.
Shoot, diddy, wop, come, wop, wang, dang.
That's real.
Sounds like Otis from Animal House.
Monty
Shabba labba
video
ding
and the
dong.
cassettes.
That's real. Yeah, it's doo-wop shit.
Yeah.
I wish that when they put it was fake, though, to put Alex and Ross's like fake band name beside it.
If the fish ain't biting, we fighting.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It's got to be real.
I'm gonna go real.
I'm gonna
fake.
go fake. Yeah, I was gonna say fake on that.
And
one.
everybody knows this one. Last but not least, better off beating off.
Oh, it's
Real.
The goat Wheeler Walker.
True
Peter
story.
Walker. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was a good segment.
Yeah, that was a good
Thanks
one.
for taking time out of your day, Alex and Ross, to
Yeah,
make that.
thanks for doing that on Big Friendly Time.
So what's next
For
for your
us or
life?
me.
Your life.
So I'm managing artists again, which I have this badass. She's from Texas, named Bonner Ray,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Adam Schwinn, who incredible artist, and it's like not country. It's more of the Patrick Droney
Yes.
vibe, which I love that shit.
I just saw him.
Yeah. Oh, really? I've never seen Droney live.
Dude,
but,
fucking
I've
awesome.
never even heard of him.
Yeah, me either.
oh, he's great. But and then
What's
Colin
it like,
Nash.
Americana or what?
No, it's like kind of like
It's like a part of John
John Mayer.
Mayer-ish.
Okay.
But like it's got a great reverb wash that's like not too overdone, and like Droney's an incredible guitar player as well, and yeah, it's really cool shit. It's like very New York, if you will.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll have to check it out.
yeah, it's
And then Colin Nash. Brill's a big fan.
yeah, man. I'm helping him with some stuff.
Oh hell yeah!
Montauk.
I love Colin, man. What a
good
what a
dude.
good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say he was
Yeah.
talking a lot of shit to me this weekend because the Cardinals swept the Yankees.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was talking a lot of shit. We
Yeah,
get
I
shit in
bet.
the
Bro's
bed,
gonna hit
dude.
him with
It's
his car.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let him have it.
Brill
like-
can't handle it.
I'm a Braves fan. I just quit watching after this Mets series. It was like,
I thought you were gonna say after the World Series. Like
No,
once I
the
saw him
Mets.
win, it's gonna be another 20-something
yeah,
years.
right, yeah. No, it's. I have
That's the
no
problem with
clue.
baseball. It's such a long season that you gotta accept the swells. You know,
Absolutely, but we were like 1 or 2 games away.
you still got plenty of
from
time.
standings.
They're
we're
the
like
Mets.
8 now or something. I don't know. It's
They're
awful.
the Mets. They practice the Heimlich, the
Yeah.
saving the choking because they do it so much.
Oh, yeah?
They show it in the stadium. Yeah, when they choke.
That's pretty good. It's pretty
what
good.
they do.
No, but Colin had a project called Montauk a couple years ago. That was just incredible.
I love Colin. And then I've been helping Mr. Job Fortner out a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Trying to help him get a single out before he turns 30 in October. And then co-managing
Job,
Hood.
man.
Job's awesome.
Yeah, he fired my bass player, so my bass player might not be good enough for the Joe Fortner band, but he's good enough for the Trey Lewis band. That's a joke we have
That's pretty good.
because he obviously likes Joe's music more than he likes mine. But you know,
Right. I mean, both have like a rock aspect to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Joe's music's so good, dude, and he could sing his fucking wiener clear off. So
he does have like that extra gear
yeah,
where like,
Overdrive.
he's a
It's
hell of
insane,
a
man.
performer too.
yeah.
He's great, man.
Every time we write, he's like, man, you think you'll do something with this? I'm like, probably not, man. Like, it's really good. And like, you just sang the work tape and you fucking killed it. And like, I don't know. I'm good. You take it.
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
Can't do it
And
justice.
I know I could probably
Have you
turn
met
some
Nanny?
stuff like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nanny.
she's awesome.
Oh yeah. She came down to Flora Bama when he was playing one
Ooh,
time.
that nanny at the Flora Bama has to be a sight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So like I put Job, this is 2021, put him on with Justin Johnson, Tyler Foxwell, and Mark Cardwell as his band, but like at a 10 o'clock spot, which is like not Job's spot at all because he plays so much originals. Like
Yeah.
10 o'clock on at the Bama, it's like slinging alcohol. You know,
cover,
sing along,
cover,
sling-
yeah.
yeah. And like But it was fucking awesome. But yeah, and then he was over there like bringing them shots, like walking on stage, just getting them like hammered.
You ever want to see something funny? I think I could probably dig around and find it. But it's Job singing at a coffee shop.
Okay.
And he's singing like, "Are you gonna kiss me all night?"
Oh, really?
It's hilarious. Yeah,
great.
he's like singing some Billy Currington.
Yeah, I love Job. And then co-managed Hood with Mr. Ratliff.
Yeah.
And then recently, Ella Langley, TM and PM for Ella Langley.
Yeah.
So start this
Tour
weekend.
manager.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna be doing front of house too, right?
Yeah, I'll be focusing on ears first, but yeah.
Yeah.
Front of house, yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that should be pretty cool. And then I'll stick with Hood on the road on, certain dates and whatnot. And if Brent calls me to play bass again,
Yeah.
hopefully it's the same
do it
set
all.
list because I've already
Jack of
practiced
all
that
trades. Davis Nix, baby. You
Hell
gonna
yeah.
put out any more music soon?
I am, man. I just, adding on these artists and then Ella, like I got to go and reassess my time management portfolio
Yeah.
of like
Damn.
when that's
Yeah,
going
'cause
to be.
Ella will keep you busy.
You need an assistant?
She's out there
Busy.
just
Y'all
going.
doing Kojo tour and
Blackberry and Jamie and,
yeah.
I don't know any of the Kojo folks. I know the Blackberry and Jamie folks.
But it'll be cool to be out
Yeah.
there and actually know those people and be familiar with them, and you know what I mean.
Absolutely. I have like back in like 17, 18, I went to 1979, which is probably my favorite studio in town.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like super, y'all know about it.
Yeah.
So, like in 18 or 17 fall, then like 18 spring or something like that, like recorded probably a total of like 15, 20 songs.
So you
And,
got
like,
songs just sitting in the
just sitting-
tank.
Oh, dude, at least in the best so we can listen to them.
Not in the tank yet. They got to be mixed, new vocal, and mastered. But
Yeah.
also, like, the thing, like, you write a song and then you record it.
Yeah.
And, like, during that time of, like, getting it all ready and, like, before you put it out, you have another song that you just
Yeah.
wrote. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, that's how I am. That's why, like, if I like something I write, I go record it right then and there, and then I put it on TikTok, and then I just put it out.
There you go.
That way, I'm not like sitting around on a bunch of songs,
Yeah.
Because like now, if I go back and listen to my old catalog, I hate all those songs,
Yeah.
because I've heard them so many times, or play them every night. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a hard thing. It's a weird thing, dude.
Yeah, it's hard to, like, compartmentalize it. Like, well, millions of people haven't heard it.
But then you'll go back.
So,
But sometimes you'll go
Put it
back
out.
and you'll find a demo of something you wrote, and you're like, "Oh, when I wrote this song, like,
Yeah.
I thought it sucked, but this is actually like a really good song."
yeah.
It's the hard part about the modern thing where it used to be album cycles and you'd record every few
Right.
years. Now you can record whatever the fuck you want and do
Put it
it
out
your way.
whenever the fuck you want.
And it's like there's the
Yeah.
pros to that, but then there's the cons of there's a lot to choose from. There's a lot to figure out and stuff if you're writing all the time too.
Absolutely. I mean, I've always thought like if there's a way to put a creative artist that writes as well and like a band, like give them like free studio time, 24 hours a day, like as long as they need.
That's
like
what
for
I
a whole
mean,
year or whatever. And like you'd probably track like 100 songs, and then
I mean,
you could
that's, that's why Tupac kept putting out music after he died.
Tupac?
Who?
Tupac.
Fucking working.
But like, think about that, and then like you get to sit there and you're like, man, here's 12 songs for this album, 12 songs for this album, or whatever. Like that creative purge, I guess. But you're doing it already, just
Yeah.
like hitting it and release.
Putting it out. Just putting it out. I mean, I feel like every song I've ever put out, I've always learned from that one. Everything builds on the next, and you always like learn
Absolutely.
from the next release. But it's like, I mean, I think about Adam Hood, dude. Like, I know he's been sitting on the album that's about to come out in September. What, right?
16th.
September 16th. If you
Yes.
haven't go pre-order, pre-save it. Y'all go do it. Your reminder again. But like in his mind, he's probably already on his third or next, his next two albums, in his
Yeah.
mind of like, he's probably already putting together in his mind what songs will be on the next album or the album after that.
Did he tell y'all that like Brent in 2020 when they finally decided that and agreed that Brent was going to do the album, that Brent went through like over 260 some songs of Adam's.
Yeah.
Like that just sounds fun to me, to be honest
Yeah.
with
That
you.
sounds awesome.
Give me a
going
great
through.
songwriter's catalog and like give me like, I don't know, some Adderall, a pack of smokes, and some beer, and I'll sit there and just listen.
Carton of smokes.
Not a pack.
Smokes.
Not a pack.
Carton of smokes.
Well, that's the thing with Adam, dude. Is I mean, I couldn't imagine he has so many good songs.
So many.
Yeah.
I mean, there's points where I would hear some of them like, "What are you doing with this?"
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't know, man. Yeah, like, it's probably not gonna make my album, but like, shoot, if you know somebody wants to record it, you know, and I mean, there's so much of that in Nashville, though, as you know, like, just so many great songs are just sitting around. Yeah.
Did you ever hang out with Rick Carter at all?
Oh, the legend, man. Yeah. Him and Tony Brook, man.
Yeah.
But I know Rick. Yeah.
I think when we do the 100 Miles of Highway, which is a song that I wrote and Adam's featuring on,
oh, cool.
I think we're going to get him involved in it somehow. Like maybe in the music video, like he did on the Way Too Long.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Maybe have him come up here and do the podcast or something.
Rick, man, he's done it all. He's such an advocate.
That would be so cool. Like 3 generations of Alabama music.
No kidding, man. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep me posted on that.
I will.
Yeah. I'll come drink beer and watch that.
Yeah.
Watch
it live. Get Rick Carter to do a segment.
Yeah.
All right, Davis, thanks for coming in, dude.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed it, man.
For having me.
And thank y'all for watching episode 15 of the DM Monday podcast or listening. If you're listening to it, you should totally go on YouTube and subscribe and watch it because it's a lot cooler. You can see our facial expressions. But anyways, God bless y'all. And thank y'all. Please subscribe. And we'll see y'all later. Peace out.
The story never ends. We should probably close out and call it a night. I should probably quit getting lost in your eyes. But tonight we're both a little lonely, little buzzed, little caught up in the moment. We should probably stop kissing in your driveway. I should really start heading back to my place. You and me both know we should leave it alone. How about we don't? Yeah, girl, how about we don't? You and me can stop right now and call it quits. Let's not say we did. We should probably close out and call it a night. I should probably quit